What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Eufy X10 Pro Omni robot vacuum. This has some unique features that I have not seen in any other robot vacuum before. Best of all, these aren't just random gimmicks, but features that actually help the robot clean even better. So stick around. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll understand why I think this is the best robot vacuum under $1,000. So taking a look at the vacuum itself, this is definitely a very unique looking vacuum. Most vacuums out there are just circle, and then we have a few of them that are square. But this one kind of gives you the best of both worlds with kind of this egg shape, which I have not seen before. Definitely a fan of this color. I'm glad a lot of these vacuums are going away from the typical glossy white and more toward black or gray like this, because the white just sticks out, and I don't think that fits in most homes these days. This is more modern looking. You could just tuck it in the corner and is not going to attract that much attention to itself. So looking at the top of the vacuum, we have your home button, power button, and then you also have a child lock button so kids can't mess with this. You have a few sensors coming across the front, which I'll go over throughout this video. Coming up top, we have the Omni docking station. This has bins for your clean and dirty water, as well as a large dustbin as well. Again, I'll go over all these features more in detail shortly. So getting the vacuum set up was very easy. You simply download the Eufy app and get the vacuum linked. After that, you run the initial mapping, which also cleans your house at the same time. This vacuum has what they call iPath laser navigation, which does a great job of mapping out your house, but also figures out the best and most efficient path to clean as well. For the initial clean, I had it set to vacuum only, and this definitely did a great job cleaning up the entire basement. Most robot vacuums have a suction power of anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 PA on average, but this vacuum has a much higher 8,000 PA, which gives you a much better clean. If you have carpets, the higher suction power will clean your carpets more thoroughly, as well as be great at removing embedded pet hairs. Speaking of pet hairs, one feature I really love on this is the auto detangling roller brush. I'm sure we've all experienced the chore of having to manually cut out and remove hairs that get stuck on the roller, but this one solves that issue and automatically does it for you. So how this works is the roller brush rotates in reverse, and then a built-in detangling comb flips down to remove all the hairs on the roller. This is definitely one of the best features I've seen in a while, as it takes automated cleaning one step further to make it closer to a truly hands-free experience. Before we move on to the mopping features this has, I want to point out that beside mopping your house, this vacuum also has an advanced high-efficiency filter, which can filter and trap particles as small as 0.3 microns. This includes dust, pollen, mold, bacteria, and more. So not only will this vacuum clean your floors, it'll essentially help purify the air in your house at the same time. Alright, so if you thought the vacuum features were impressive, it definitely gets better once we start looking at the unique mopping features as well. So this vacuum has their newest mopping technology, which they call Mop Master 2.0. This has two rotating mop heads that spin at a quick 180 RPM. But unlike most other robot vacuums, these don't just spin, but also apply 2.2 pounds of downward force as well. So instead of just dragging around a wet mop that only wipes your floors, this is actually pressing down to scrub your floors and get a much better clean. This is really going to help when it comes to sticky or stubborn dried up messes as well. Inside the vacuum, it has a 80 milliliter water tank, so it can continuously mop with fresh water for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, it'll return to the base, refill, and continue once again cleaning with fresh, clean water. This is very important as there are a lot of robots out there which don't have an internal tank, and these basically just end up smearing around dirty mops by the time it's a few minutes into a clean. Another great feature I love on this vacuum is the Pentagon shaped mop heads. Every other vacuum uses circle ones, and what happens is if you have a large spill on the floor, it'll clean it, but right in the center here where the two pads meet, you often get a streak that you later have to manually wipe up. With the Pentagon shaped mop heads, this gives you a much better cleaning coverage here in the center to completely eliminate those streaks. I don't have a carpet to demonstrate this, but this vacuum does have smart carpet detection, so when it detects a carpet, it'll lift its pads a very impressive 12 millimeters to make sure it doesn't get your carpets wet. Last but not least, this vacuum also has deep wall cleaning where it'll detect your walls and travel alongside it to make sure the edges of your room are clean just as well as the rest of it. One area where robot vacuums have really advanced over the years is how they handle obstacle avoidance. I remember my first robot vacuum would just crash into everything and even knock things over, but this one will not be giving you any of those problems thanks to its AIC obstacle avoidance. This advanced technology uses an RGB camera to identify anything in its path, and from there it'll know whether it's something it needs to clean or avoid. The built-in AI has the ability to identify over 100 plus different obstacles, including toys, wires, shoes, and more, and this even works at night thanks to the built-in LED light on the vacuum. So unlike the old days, there's no need to tidy up and clean before you start the vacuum. Just start it up and the vacuum will automatically handle everything all on its own. I know some people get a little nervous when it comes to cameras on a device, as you should, but rest assured there is nothing to worry about, as this vacuum has been certified to be safe and does not upload or share any private information. Last but not least, taking a look at the robot's docking station. Hands down, no matter what robot vacuum you get, make sure it has a station like this one, as this really makes the whole cleaning experience a lot more hands-free. So coming to the top here, this has a 3-liter clean water tank, which can clean a 2,000 square foot house 2 to 3 times before it needs to be refilled. Right next to that, you have your dirty water tank, and then over here you have a 2.5-liter dust bag as well. So you literally just let the robot do its thing, and you only have to refill or empty this out about once a week, or even less depending on how often it's used. Again, definitely better than the older robot vacuums that required a lot more attention. Besides emptying out the vacuum, this also cleans the mop pads and even dries them with hot air as well. Definitely another great feature to have, as this will not only clean the mop heads without you having to do anything, but also properly dry them to avoid any mold or odor issues. Overall, this is definitely one of the best robot vacuums out there, and hands down the best option under $1,000 as well. While doing my research, I even found this vacuum has already won several different awards. So if you look it up, you'll find that I'm not the only one who really likes this vacuum. So overall, if you happen to be shopping for a new robot vacuum, I would 100% recommend this one here, which again is the Eufy X10 Pro Omni. If you would like more information on it, I'll also put a link to this vacuum in the description as well. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.